Hi guys, how are you? I hope that you have been having fun. I hope that you have enjoyed um, the book that won. I know that a lot of people voted for it, and I'm very excited for the book that you have chosen. It's a very interesting one, um, and maybe we can watch the movie later. Very interesting. Okay. So the book that we have chosen is, well, that you have chosen is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I hope that everybody is understanding their work. Some people keeps asking the same question that I already answered in the video. So my advice, go watch the videos because you're asking for things that were already answered. You don't have to print the grammar book. Actually, you don't have to print anything from it. But are you gonna do covers for every time that you send homeworks? Yes. I need a cover every time that you send, homeworks, classworks. And that's gonna happen once a week. Are we gonna send classworks this week? No, we're not. We're gonna send them until next week because this week we haven't been working in the books officially. So we are going to wait. So please chill. So by next week, I'm gonna tell you, okay, guys. So remember, for Friday or Monday or whichever day that I choose, you're gonna have to post all the classworks that we have done. There are the following pages: this and this and this and this and this, and your notebook notes. Every time that I write in the board, you should be writing your notes. Okay. Okay. So today we're going to start with reading our Ready Player One. So if you have the book, I'm amazing. I'm amazed by you. And if you don't, let me know if you couldn't download it. Maybe it's the quality of your internet, so you have to try again. But anyway, if you can't, let me know so I can help you with that. Have your notebook on hand because we're going to be taking notes and I'm going to give you a couple questions at the end. So today what we will do is we're going to write the date, okay? And then the name of the book, and then a couple questions that we will do. Let's see. So today we're going to write, today is Wednesday, the September 9th, 2020. See? We write the date, and I will write the name of the book. Ready Player One. Very interesting, the reason why they name it like this. I don't know if it still happens on Wii and in Nintendo something because I don't really understand anything about it. But when I was little, you can ask your parents. We used to call it maquinitas. We used to play maquinitas, and or Atari. We would go to the pulperia and then we would put some coins in the machine and we would play usually stuff like Street Fighter or Mario or stuff like that. Now I don't think that happens anymore. I mean, I don't think that there's Atari machines anymore. Maybe in some Chinese places. Okay, so let's start reading the book. So Ready Player One. In the second page we have more about the book. Some people were giving reviews about the book. Nobody that I know. No. Okay. So in page number 7, it says, for Susan and Livy, because there's no map for where we are going. And then we have the contents. There are 19 chapters? No, 39 chapters. Okay. Okay. So let's start. The first page, it's in page 10. So we can write in here, page 10, so we know where we're at. Okay. 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's start. Something else before we start. Remember that every time that I post something, you should be taking notes of what I'm saying or notes of what I'm writing in the board, because those are your cumulatives, because that's your classwork. You can have exams at the end. Sometimes I'm just going to post explanations for things that we're going to practice or discuss later. So it's very important that you copy what I do on the notebook, or you just listen and copy what I'm saying so you can have your notes to study from for your exams. And everything you copy is going to be what you're going to study for your exam plus the books. So it's very important that you're patient. chill down. Everything has a solution. Let me know if you have any problem. And don't post anything on the wall. There's people keep posting stuff on the stream. I don't need anything on the stream. Anything. No. You're going to post questions. You're going to post questions in the comments of the post if you have a question about the post. Sorry. Or if you have any specific questions, you can let me know from 8 to 3 p.m. and I'm going to answer through that time, not at night. Stop texting me at night, please. And usually the WhatsApp is for parents, not students. So use Google Classroom comments if you have a question. But don't post any homework, because there's no homeworks, classwork in the wall. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, guys, so for Monday I need the following pages. Send the pictures, and I'm gonna send you a video explaining how are you gonna post it. Right now, nothing. We work in the notebook, save the notebook, and then you're gonna send it when I ask for it, okay? 0000. Everyone my age remembers, page number 10. Everyone my age remembers where they were and what they were doing when they first heard about the contest. It's a competition. I was sitting in my hideout watching cartoons when the news bulletin broke in on my video feed announcing that James Halliday had died during the night. I heard of Halliday, of course. Everyone had. He was the video game designer responsible for creating The Oasis, a massively multiplayer online game that had gradually evolved into the globally networked virtual reality most of humanity now used on a daily basis. So this place, The Oasis, is like it's like Internet Explorer or Google Chrome. Once you get in, you would put a set of glasses and earphones and you could travel inside the internet. Can you imagine if you could be like, okay, I need to read the book, and you would put it on, and then you could travel through the internet and you can be just like moving the page. Or you can travel like, okay, I want to go to my online house. It's a mansion of 14,000 floors and you're seated. And everything is obviously fake because it's online. But that's The Oasis. It's a fake world in the internet. And the creator was James Halliday. Okay. The unprecedented success of The Oasis had made Halliday one of the wealthiest people in the world. At first, I couldn't understand why the media was making such a big deal of the billionaire's death. After all, the people of planet Earth had other concerns: the ongoing energy crisis, catastrophic climate change, widespread famine, poverty, and disease. Half a dozen wars, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Normally, the news feeds didn't interrupt everyone's interact sitcoms and soap operas unless something really major had happened, like the outbreak of some new killer virus or another major city vanishing in a mushroom cloud. Big stuff like that. So they didn't look at the news like we would look at it. They were looking through the internet. Let's imagine they're watching a video, but not like this, because they're not looking at a screen. They're living in the video. Like if they wanted to see people playing Free Fire, or I'm sorry if I'm making up stuff because I don't really know anything about games, they just go and play. They wouldn't be moving anything in here. They would virtually be there, and they would see the guns, and they would feel the pain, and they would feel the rush, and they would have the loss of energy and excitement because their brain would be connected with the glasses, so their brain would be thinking that they're over there. It's pretty interesting. So that's how they saw the news. Something would come like, "Hi, something is happening." Oh, okay. Or maybe if I send you your homework and we were in the Oasis, Mr. Santos posted a homework. Uy. And a window would appear in front of you and it said the homework, and you would be, oh, very easy. Click. Let's read the story. Oh, I have to write a document. Okay, boys typing. the homework that I'm gonna do, and then the computer will start writing in the air, and then make the document. The Oasis is an amazing place. As famous as he was, Halliday's death should have warranted only a brief segment on the evening news, so the unwashed masses could shake their heads in envy when the newscasters announced the obscenely large amount of money that would be doled out to the rich man heirs. The heir is the person that gets all the money when someone dies. But that was the rub. James Halliday had no heirs. He had died 67 years old. He died already. He had died a 67-year-old bachelor with no living relatives and by most accounts without a single friend. He spent the last 15 years of his life in self-imposed isolation, during which time, if the rumors were to be believed, he had gone completely insane. So the real jaw-dropping news that January morning, the news had everyone from Toronto to Tokyo crapping on their cornflakes, concerned the contents of Halliday's last will and testament, and the fate of his vast fortune. Halliday had prepared a short video along with the instructions that it be released to the world media at the time of his death. He also arranged that he have a copy of the video emailed to every single Oasis user that same morning. I still remember hearing the familiar electronic chime, click, when it arrived in my inbox. Just a few seconds after I saw that first news bulletin, Anorak's invitation. A famous eccentric, Halliday had harbored a lifelong obsession with the 1980s. The 1980s is when I was born. Well, actually, I was born kind of like more in the 90s because I'm 1989. But the 1980s had the best fashion, the best, to my understanding, a lot of people loved the 90s and the 2000s too, but they had like great hair, crazy textures, a lot of crazy makeup, and a lot of Michael Jackson was very famous in the 80s, and the disco music, a lot of things that have come to your time were very famous in the 80s. You can ask your parents. The decade during which he had been a teenager, and Anorak's invitation was crammed with obscure 80s pop culture references, nearly all of which were lost on me for the first time I viewed it. So he saw the invitation with a lot of references for the 90s, but he was like, well, this is so old, I don't really understand. The entire video was just over 5 minutes in length, and in the days and weeks that follow it would become the most scrutinized piece of film in history, surpassing even the Zapruder film in the amount of painstaking frame-by-frame analysis devoted to it. My entire generation would come to know every second of Halliday's message by heart. So I'm guessing that he was giving away something very amazing, because everybody was really excited about what he was about to say. Anorak's invitation begins with the sound of trumpets. Do, 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 do! The opening of an old song called Dead Man's Party. The song plays over a dark screen for the first few seconds until the trumpets are joined by a guitar. And then Halliday appears. But he's not a 67-year-old man, ravaged by time and illness. He looks just as he did on the cover of Time magazine back in 2014. A tall, thin, healthy man in his early 40s, with his unkempt hair and his trademark horn-rimmed eyeglasses. So he was wearing glasses, but more like the ones that I used to have before, that they were thicker. He is also wearing the same clothing he wore in the Time cover photo, faded jeans and a vintage Space Invaders t-shirt. Space Invaders was a game in the 80s, I'm guessing. Halliday's is at a high school dance being held in a large gymnasium. He's surrounded by teenagers whose clothing, hairstyles, and then moves all indicate that the time period is late 1980s. Halliday is dancing too, something no one ever saw him do in real life. Grinning maniacally, he spins in rapid circles, swinging his arms and head in time with the song, flawlessly cycling through several signature 80s dance moves. I don't know, I think this is 70s. I think this is also 70s. I don't know, I'm confusing the eras. He spins in rapid circles, swinging his arms and head in time with the song, flawlessly cycling through several signature 80s dance moves. But Halliday has no dance partner. He is, as the saying goes, dancing with himself. A few lines of the text appear briefly at the lower hand corner of the screen, listing the name of the band, the song title, the label, and the year of release. If this were an all music video airing on MTV, Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party, MCA Records, 1985, just for your children to know, before MTV ruined everything, MTV used to be an amazing channel. If you had cable TV, which I didn't, if you had cable TV, you would wake up and it doesn't matter the hour, there would be always music videos. All the time. Music videos, all the time. It was amazing. Because it could be like a radio, but you would be watching it. It was amazing. Later, the 2000s came and they ruined everything with Jersey Shore and all that dumb stuff that they put in there. But at the beginning, MTV was music television. It was only music videos. It was amazing. When the lyrics kick in, Halliday begins to lip sync along, still gyrating, all dressed up with nowhere to go, walking with a dead man over my shoulder. Don't run away, it's only me. He abruptly stops dancing and makes a cutting motion with his right hand, silencing the music. At the same moment, the dancers and the gymnasium behind him vanish, and the scene around him suddenly changes. Halliday now stands at the front of a funeral parlor next to an open casket. A casket, it's where you put the dead's bodies. It's a wooden box where they put you when you're dead. A second, much older Halliday lays inside the casket, his body emaciated and ravaged by cancer. Shiny quarters cover each of his eyelids, so he has little coins. I had a coin, but I lost it. Little coins in the eyelids. The younger Halliday gazes down at the corpse of his older self with mock sadness, then turns to address the assembled mourners. Halliday snaps his fingers and a scroll appears in his right hand. He opens it with a flourish and it unfurls to the floor. It's a very long piece of paper. Unraveling down the aisle in front of him, he breaks the fourth wall, addressing the viewer, and begins to read. I, James Donovan Halliday, being of sound in mind and disposing memory, do hereby make, publish, and declare this instrument to be my last will and testament. So he was going to say, who is the heir of the money? Hereby revoking any and all wills and codicils by me at any time heretofore made. Revoking any and all will... Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, no. He continues... Wait. I'm sorry. Okay. Hereby revoking any and all wills and codicils by me at any time heretofore made. He continues reading faster and faster, plowing through several more paragraphs of legalese, until he's speaking so rapidly that the words are unintelligible. Then he stops abruptly. Forget it, he says. Even at that speed, it would take me a month to read the whole thing. Sad to say, I don't have that kind of time. He drops the scroll and vanishes in a shower of gold dust. Let me just give you the highlights. The funeral parlor vanishes and the scene changes once again. Halliday now stands in front of an immersed bank vault door. And in the banks, usually there's a vault where they put the money and they can close it. My entire estate, including a controlling share of stock in my company, gregarious simulation system is to be playing scroll until such time is a single condition I have set forth in my will is met. The first individual to meet that condition will inherit my entire fortune, currently valued in excess of $240 billion. Wow, that's a lot of money. Wow. Okay, so we are going to read till here. So we read till from 10 to 12, the last part of 12. We only needed to read one more paragraphs, okay? And that's it. So I'm going to give you 2 questions to find out. Ready? I hope that you were taking notes. And if you were not, let's get ready. Okay, so we are going to take notes, okay? So, question number 1. What is the oasis? That answer should be in page number 10. What is the oasis? What is the oasis? Remember, complete sentences. The oasis is... And who is the oasis's creator? Who is the oasis's creator? Okay? That's it so far. So remember, take your notes. Please don't forget that we are going to accumulate all the classwork and we're going to send them on one day. Do not send me anything, please, until I ask you for it. I hope you have an amazing day, guys, and let me know if you have any trouble. Bye, guys.